Good evening, guys. It's there is something it's been torturing me since last week, and this is end of September 2019, and I wanted to talk about, and I think it can resonate with you as well. If you are not just like a master shifu of organization of your freelance time, and if you're a full-time freelancer like me, and it's about Inktober. I think Inktober it's a definitely wonderful idea, and it's definitely founded, and the main idea is Jake Parker's for sure, and it's probably one of the most loving techniques of mine, and I always wanted to draw with ink since like I was a child, and then in high school, and then on my studies I really used a lot of pen nibs and did some Renaissance. I think it's the right term is cross-hatching, like the old Renaissance techniques. I mean, I tried it all. So for me, Inktober is not trying new techniques. That's definitely, and I'm always trying to keep in track with things that are new. I mean, I couldn't wait to find like water brushes by Pentel, like 2009 or 10, and to use ones. I would literally do entire toned illustrations on copy paper with that one Pentel water brush and a little bit of pencil or a little bit of black ink for line art, and then I would transfer it into digital form and color above, like layer above it, and yeah, like basic digital coloring. That is, yeah, you know what I'm talking about probably. If you don't know, please let me know in the comments. I will explain it if you need. So yeah, I tried it all. So for me, at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day, Inktober is a challenge of itself that is not about exploring like new materials or showing off having an expensive sketchbook or no, it's not about testing. For me, Inktober is like challenging myself to finish something that is aimed to be a personal project. And in 2016 I was like crazy about Inktober. I will show you some images while I'm talking about this. It's just like, and yes, one more thing, and I will be doing another video on 100-day drawing challenge, which is also something I found out from Jake Parker's YouTube channel. I think that's also wonderful. So I kind of, in 2016, I wanted to make, I'm obsessed with rabbits, and I wanted to make 100 rabbit designs that are like as diverse as possible, you know, like different techniques, different styles. I wanted to see if I can work within, if I put my mind into something, if I can do it the best possible way to portray the idea, the concept. Not really, you know, illustration is all about having some flawless style that is people are empathic about, they can relate to, or yeah, like illustrators build up their brand and their identity based on doing exactly the opposite of what I did in 2016. And I wanted to do it as some kind of a visual experiment. So every 4 years I have to make, I have to like fulfill the, how to say, conditions to stay paid by the city of Belgrade for insurance, social, how to say, pension and social insurance and all that. Health insurance. So every time in 4 years you have to have either 12 collective exhibitions, like group exhibitions, or have one individual exhibition. So that's wonderful. I love making exhibitions of any kind. It takes a lot of time and effort, but I really love it. And In this southeastern part of Europe, there are no Comic Cons or something like that. So it was really I really enjoy making every individual exhibition of mine. I had quite a few, and plus I wanted every time different. To get on topic, I just started 100 drawing challenge with rabbits, and I ended up from like April to October, and then Inktober started, and I said, wow, now I will just do inks. And then I started doing lino cuts, like smaller ones, but still. Lino cut is like not one day to make a perfect lino cut. It just takes a few days, and then to make print, like first print of it or whatever, you know, by hand. It's I just went crazy with it. So 100 challenge continued and all through Inktober, and then in December I had my exhibition, which was like, well, I think 10, 11 or 12 panels, like meter to 70 centimeters, which was displayed by all the different images. Like I had over 100 at the end, but then I chose like 86, 87, 88, something like that. I also made variations and patterns, but I tried not to repeat myself. I wanted each and every to be totally different. So let me guys, what you think about the work you have seen while I'm talking about it. You can see, also take a look at my Behance page. I think I made like Inktober 2016 collection, but it's not 30 drawings. I just chose something. So let's talk about this year. I really want to advise anyone who is willing or having the time to really challenge yourself. I would definitely recommend that. Challenge yourself, because what I lack of is definitely consistency, and Inktober taught me so many things about myself, about what my flaws in my workflow, and what the way I think about professional illustrator, and the way I treat myself. I don't treat myself very well. I'm a very hardworking person, but I'm not really putting my personal goals on the front. It's always on the back. So everything got much more clear after 2016 Inktober, and I think that was the best value of it. Although I still have much more commission work than I have the time to work on personal projects, I still will not quit, and I will try to fight for every minute to do something for myself. And this year, I think it's not really possible for me to do Inktober. I wanted to do some Christmas coloring book. I wanted this, I wanted that. I have tons of my books without, like picture books ideas that are literally waiting for me. I'm so excited about it. But yeah. And since I started this YouTube channel, it was so logical to make, like, I wanted to make 31 videos, and then the resoluting one at the end, and then making the cover for that book. I wanted to illustrate my first travel book. So let's say I'm excusing myself from Inktober, but I'm really always advising people to try doing something for themselves 1 hour a day, if not more than 1 hour is possible for you. It's a self-growth that most of the best gigs will be made from, you know. People will see you for your personal things, the way you're funny, or having like flawless style, whatever, or just being like serious serious and perfectionist type of illustrator who just takes as much time as needed for something to be done. Whatever is your quality, challenges like Inktober will reveal that. And if you really have energy, I'm not good at social media, definitely, but if you have any energy to post it every day, or just do it once a week, like posting 7 drawings, that's even better than not doing it. It's Jake Parker was right about absolutely everything he told through his Inktober experience and in his videos in general. He was telling about doing it traditionally. There is a reason. I mean, there is a reason that you take a rest from the monitor and just do it on paper. It's such a connection to yourself again. I love drawing and painting digitally, but this is like invaluable for me. For me, it was like a huge factor getting back to paper and ink. That's one thing, like material wise and technique wise. And on the other hand, he was definitely right that you could use some of your things that you do during Inktober and turn it into either self-promotion of any kind, or a booklet or a zine, or even a book that you are developing and just creating, sketching concepts for your characters, environments, for animation that you're working on. It's just amazing how like day 5, day 6, and day 20, wow, it's really like mentally you're much more active. You can even jump on to drawing and inking something much more effective and, let's say, faster. It's just your brain starts to work completely different when there is a consistency of 30 days. Like day 5 is still a dreamy, more like contemplative thing that you do. But on day 20, you just have this vision that you're almost finishing within 10 days, and everything becomes so crystal clear about what you want to do next year. Or it's ridiculous. It's so, so crazy cool that I can't even talk about it enough. So yeah, let me know what you think about my rabbits. And yeah, I didn't tell you the reason why I think I could not achieve the Inktober this year. I hopefully, and if everything goes well and with the will of God, I will just go to Japan for 2 months with my boyfriend in December. December 1st is our travel. It's our first that much long flight. We're going over Istanbul. We found it's a very low budget working trip, so I will be like freelancing, working all the time. And I just love changing the environment. Since I went to Paris in 2018, I just really see some changes, like positive changes on how tolerant I am, how curious I am, how my mental health and my mental condition is much more firm when I'm home. And I love being home because I went somewhere else, and being a freelancer is just being inside your 4 walls and doing your thing, and it's becoming really tough when you don't move at all, when you go out of your house and just see every day the same street. Or for me, travel is a huge help for me to improve as an artist and as a person. So taking this huge adventure, even though I thought Sri Lanka was adventure, but no, Japan for 2 months in a super small room in Sakura House, but we found it, and we are hopefully able to pay 3 months of that. And then just lounging around the streets and making my first travel journal, which will definitely be, I think, in ink. That's my go-to, and that's something I can put my feelings, how I feel about some place or about some person I saw, with ink the best. And that's what I'm gonna do. So it's kind of an excuse for skipping Inktober big time, like big time, and doing my travel journal around Japan. So we will not be only in Tokyo, we will be going around Golden Route and a little bit more like on a seaside, like Kamakura and Odawara and all the other wonderful places. So I really hope that this not doing Inktober this year will not downgrade me in any kind of or in any way, but just help me get through more relaxed and less stressful to everything I have to do before the trip, because there is a lot. I have 3 huge books. They're fully illustrated, like all double pages, and I have a lot of like client work that is related to education, homeschooling, and I want to talk about it as well in future videos. I'm so proud of it, but it's just too much to maintain. And although I'm really grateful, it just stepped on my way to do personal project this October, and I'm not really proud of it to admit, but I'm trying not to get too freaked out. I will definitely make some coloring pages for my Etsy shop for Christmas. That will definitely be something that can be called as Inktober part. I can hashtag it, but it's not I just wanted so much for this Inktober, and it's not gonna happen. I want to encourage you once again, do the challenge, do any challenge that is something completely new for you. Inktober 2015 for me, it was a disaster. I think, like, yeah, I couldn't keep up. It was like 4 days and I was totally burned out. Totally. Like I was driving a truck suddenly without any knowledge. It was so, it was so bad. But I think that's also a growing, let's say, upward line in with your own like issues as a trying to be professional or semi-professional or professional level, and for a personal project. That's totally another thing than doing something on that line that needs to be done like this, like that, and all dictated by someone who orders it. And personal project is, as we all know, totally different. So I do think that that was also, as I said, upward aligned to see myself in a real light and how bad-tempered and short-tempered I am, and then doing it so seriously next year. It is a progress. I mean, it's better to fail first year than continue on the other. And my colleagues were also always asking, are you in October? Let's see each other's drawings. It was fun, you know. So even on a micro level, you're really on the biggest failure, you're just growing, and you don't even know until you know. It's just coming right up, and you're meeting yourself in a completely new light. So yeah, thanks for staying with me so long in this monologue. I really had my need to take this out of my system and tell you all this, and I watched Will Terrier's video about it. I'm expecting Jake Parker's video on New Inktober if he is able to do that. I really look forward listening to other people's opinion. I really recommend Will Terrier's new video about Inktober 2019. I also found Danica Sills, which is pretty successful on YouTube and Patreon, and she's selling her merch. I mean, she has a very dark style, but she's like, her work is beautiful, and She had also some very nice pointers when talking about how to prepare for Inktober in general and all that. So I highly recommend you shuffle through videos on YouTube. They're very nice free advice content that you could just use, take and use and do whatever with it, and play around the you know, you can either use prompts or not use prompts. I'm not going into details. Prompts were not really the thing for me ever. I just want to get something out that is totally mine, and there are no constraints. Yeah, the only constraint was like draw a rabbit. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm really happy that I had the courage to say all this. And yeah, happy Inktober. I'm really looking forward to film my new videos and also update you later from Japan. Bye!